Is honestly making me really excited.
Yeah, I guess.
I've never been more excited for a COD game in my life.
I have. I had high hopes for Black Ops 4.
Yeah, no.
Ooh, where am I? Oh, I'm in this place. I remember this place. How do I interact with stuff? Is it X? Or 1?
Oh, I just heard the fucking grand ping and it was amazing.
What?
The grand ping? Do you not know what the grand ping is?
Nope.
You know when you reload the grand, it's like ping!
Oh, the M1 Grand.
Yeah.
What? Why can't I remember the controls?
Because you haven't played the game in years.
It has been a while. Now, how do I interact with stuff? Is the question.
I'm just ready to play as Laura Bailey.
Oh, I healed myself by accident. Options. Action interact. Yeah, it's X. Why isn't it an action interacting? Oh, there we go. Okay, figured it out.
Hello, hello. Let me know.
Oh my
Sure
god, that's the
thing.
most cringe shit I've ever seen in my life.
She didn't say. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia,
There's only one
and now a
explanation.
civilian
I
is
don't
running
like
around the
it.
street. You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force.
Sure, man.
Okay, it's with. I think I remember it being me deducing that it's with that girl that's painting.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal
Pull the
clicks
lever, Gronk.
against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then nothing happens.
Push it harder.
Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning? You pull the lever all the way up until nothing happens.
Push it harder. Okay.
Wasn't there a sign?
Maybe you just have to try a couple times. You never know. Is it late? Yeah, I think we probably have to go to bed, huh?
I think I'm
Yeah.
excited for this game because, first of all, it's World War II era. Second of all,
Oh, I'm kind of
it's
bored
with the
with World War.
It's with the Modern Warfare engine.
No, I will not lie. That does get me kind of excited because that's what I'm most.
Even though I absolutely hated the shit out of the MW multiplayer, It was the best engine so far.
Oh, that was my favorite one. That was the first multiplayer from Call of Duty besides like Modern Warfare 2 that I actually enjoyed the multiplayer on. So, Vanguard having that as one of them does make me quite happy.
I'm just excited. You know, MW engine, World War II era, Treyarch's gonna take control of its zombies. So it's not gonna be that bad,
Hopefully.
I hope.
I'm excited for Battlefield 2042.
You
Me
should pick
too.
that fat, juicy cigarette
But
butt from the tray.
this new COD and this
Light
new
it
Battlefield are
and
the
smoke the
first
living
games that
shit
I've
out of
really
it.
been excited for in
I
each
know
franchise.
what you are. A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma. You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
I should
Good.
not do that.
They'll make you stronger and better.
Oh,
You're too old
duh.
for the cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
for some reason, I don't think it does. Let's do the debrief. Kim. Is it Kim? Or is it... I can't remember. It's been a while.
Yes?
Yeah, it was Kim. That's what I thought. So, wait, don't I have to talk with him on the balcony? Kim... Living on Rag's balcony F2. Oh, maybe it means this balcony and not the outside balcony. David, are you watching the stream or is it Ash?
What happened?
Yes?
Are you watching the stream or is it Ash?
What do you want
I'm
to
not
know?
watching it.
Oh.
No.
Good.
Well, where do I talk to you, Kim? We're in the Whirling in Rags, right? Whatever. Okay, let's talk about this lady then. No? Not this one? What about... Is it this one then?
The door is closed.
This is an apartment 23? Okay. So we have to go to the apartment buildings then.
There's apparently going to be a new level cap in Apex.
Oh, that's smoker on the balcony. Okay. Where is the Whirling in Rags balcony? So I thought this was it. Cause it's late out, man. Trying to figure out what's going on.
Yes?
The balcony on the second floor, outside, south of your room.
Yeah, I went to that one. And didn't say anything. Alright, let's try again. Because it's 2300 and it's after 2200 or 2100. Well, yeah, see, I'm here.
Yes?
And now I can't say anything. Well, I'm gonna go all the way over here. Oh, there we go.
Yes?
Kim, how do we talk? I go in my room first. Oh, that's right, we can't. Do I have to get the money problem sorted before Kim
It
will
may
talk
be
to
too
me?
late. Kim is usually asleep by now.
Then why is he with me? I don't know what to do, Ash.
Go get your room settled.
Yeah, that does sound like a good idea. So about the money,
Yes. Have you?
I have
Well,
it. Here it is. Sorry for. Here it is. Sorry for the
great.
trouble.
Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your... has been disabled. Please pay for each night in advance. 20
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. This is from the RCM as guests.
enough money for another night. God, I have to manage having enough money to stay the night at places. It's gonna suck. That's cool though. I actually like that. Maybe let's try it now that I have the room settled.
Yes?
No, not anymore. You don't want to tell me about it?
What do you want to know? Good. Yes?
Okay. I guess it's night time in the game.
Your night.
Smoke on the balcony.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Oh, okay. There we go. All that trouble because I wanted to rush something. I'm like, Kim, why won't you talk to me?
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Alright.
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
How do you think today went?
Well, you were so hungover that you couldn't keep it down when we approached the hangman, so we didn't even inspect the body. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great. It's not my job to evaluate your methodology, officer. I'm just going through the facts. As for the interviews, we conducted an interview with Everard Clare. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
He's a tough cookie, that one.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
I don't even remember what my name was. I don't know how I feel about my name, actually.
That's normal. It's best not to give it too much thought. We talked to Joyce, monsieur, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Jones knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
Yeah, I agree.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 prep?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
I don't like to waste time, you know? My mind moves fast, the rest has to try and keep up.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
So what are our powers exactly?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Would that be an easy power to use?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
I can be sure the arrestee will show up.
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
And if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in the watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couvron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
Wait, so if I kill someone on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
And who makes all these rules?
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
It just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Say nothing.
Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
The the moral intern? What is that?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know them, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual.
Let me look up what a forget-me-not. Oh. Is it a flower? That's a flower. Okay.
Something almost self-explanatory. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
What do you think of them?
The moral in turn are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
I guess I have an opinion on mortality.
Do you?
Things are bad out here. We need to give them here, giving us the right to search for. Then an awful job here. Have you seen this place? We are stooges of the world's biggest organization. It's liberal. I don't have anything about that. Have you seen this place? This isn't humanism.
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
We should make our own law. I'll go. Actually, vigilantes is okay with me.
Then you will adore Martinez. For many of these people, the Union especially, vigilantes is precisely what we are. Personally, I don't enjoy it much.
Say nothing, just look into the night.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs.
There's also
The Union,
apparently
to the company, not daring to
a
come
PvP mode in
this place
Alien,
has fallen between
the
cracks.
Alien game.
Jurisdictions of our two precincts.
I think it's like the Left 4 Dead kind of vibes, or Back for, you know.
Yeah.
We run this city.
It looks interesting.
West of the
I've
river
heard a lot of
is
stuff,
RCM.
good stuff about it.
Yeah, we're seeing good stuff too.
It's a new game
incredibly
that
hard.
we can probably play.
Human beings are.
There's a lot of new games that
but
we
we
could
are in
probably
control,
play.
and it's worth it.
You know,
The
we got
organization works.
fucking
Our systems
Aliens.
work.
We got
If they
Vanguard
didn't,
coming out in
the city would
November,
disintegrate.
I assume.
Red Dead Redemption
2042.
2,
Red Dead Redemption
2042,
Online.
Dying Light 2.
Dying Light coming out in December.
Tell you what are on the top of my
Fucking-
priorities of that list. Dying Light 2.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
I've
after
never
Dying
played
Light
the
2,
first one, so
right after Dying Light 2 is Endwalker DLC for Final Fantasy 14.
I would play 14, but
Me too. But I wouldn't
With
count
me,
on any
with, like,
drastic
solo
changes in
games,
our lifetimes.
I get very, like, when I play
He is
multiplayer
very
games
tired,
and I'm playing them by
but the
myself, I
dark
get bored
circles
very
under his eyes
easily.
make him look
Yeah.
younger, not
I get
older.
it.
So it's like whenever I'm playing 14 and I'm doing all this MSQ by myself,
Yeah, it's getting
it gets
very
really
cold now.
boring.
Let's go.
Yeah, I understand. Okay,
That's
I
my
get
only
to
problem with
level up.
14. And Back for Blood.
Yeah.
Can't forget about that. We got Back for Blood, got Dying Light 2, we got fucking 2042, we got Vanguard, we got this Aliens game, RDR2 Online.
What do I level up, Ash? Thinking about going something with either Motorix or Intellect.
I saw my mom watching Hunter x Hunter yesterday, or today.
By herself?
When we were waiting for the COVID results today, she was in the
Mhm.
car watching Hunter x Hunter on her phone.
That's cool.
I'm like, Mom, you're watching Hunter x Hunter? She's like, yeah, I just started watching.
Maybe perception? Perception or reaction speed is what I'm thinking. Maybe Sevier Flare. Sevier? That, or maybe even visual calculus or conceptualization. Or drama. Drama's good to have big because it's lying. It's good to be a good liar. I think my reaction speed is high enough for now. Same with my perception and composure. So, Sevier Flair, Logic, Encyclopedia, Drama, or Conceptualization. Or Visual Calculus. Well, what do I do? What do I do? I might even still do Perception. So Logic, Encyclopedia, Drama. Those are the three for Logic, and then Perception or Sevier Flair. I'll go with Perception. No, I'm not gonna go with Perception. I went with Perception, I guess. Okay. Guess it's good night, Kim. Yep, see you in the morning. Bye.
The window stands broken.
I'm gonna be annoying and knock on Kim's room. Kim, my stomach hurts. No? Okay. What about now?
The door is closed.
Okay. I can't go nag Kim.
The fan stands still. The switch must be broken. The lights are on. The bed is cold.
I mean, I would like it cold.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Let's put a tool in my hand and see if we can figure it out.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
What kind of tool do I need? Because it said tool in hand, it didn't say which one. Or tool not in hand, so let's put both the chain cutters and the crowbar, who would totally be good for fixing a faucet.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Chain cutters help fixing it! Do I take the chance? I'm gonna take the chance.
The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in...
I have to put my encyclopedia up.
Fuck, man.
Your controllers die again?
No, I'm just so excited for these games.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for Endwalker.
The bed is cold.
Too.
I've never been excited for so many games in so long.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin.
I'm so
the
happy.
Bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and
I don't think I've ever said that in my life.
Well, that's good.
And then sleep doesn't come.
And how's it feel to know that you can probably afford them?
It makes me hard.
That's not what I needed to hear, but I guess good.
I don't know what else you were expecting.
Like,
and then
makes me happy.
Sleep doesn't come.
No, man.
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Roll over
it's
to
a
the
little
other
better.
side.
Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Elysium? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
Did we kill him?
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
What is this?
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
I
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Priorities on
right, funky baby.
the buying list. Our
And
new
you
controller,
just stood there.
new charger.
One hand on the bottle and the
that's
other
the
on
first
your
things.
dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all
No,
back.
it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've seen
No,
it
you
before.
haven't. You're just sleep talking. And the act is wearing thin, too. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed.
Stinky boy.
I can come back.
You're
from this.
not coming back from shit, thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve. I'm just trying to solve this
You're
case.
trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
What? No.
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. The silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Okay, then.
Good going, buddy.
Oh my god, what the hell
Oh.
was that?
Just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What the hell is going
You
on with
mean,
me?
why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this
It's just that
happening?
your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to
You
get
know, I
slow.
honestly forgot I have the next 2 days
You're
off.
too weak to say no now. Waking up is the
Thank
worst
you,
part.
flu, that I apparently
Maybe
have.
somewhere down the line you could decline.
Anyway, I'm gonna go try and get some sleep.
Good night.
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover.
Forgot what I was gonna say.
How else did you think you even got up from this floor?
Anyway,
It's
good
power,
night.
man. It's
See
professionalism.
ya. Good
It
night.
makes you feel like you're young again and ready to ready to go to war against the world.
I can't take this. I'm not going.
Are you
looking
sure?
for speed.
Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days?
Please
Basically,
go
a week.
faster.
Let's be honest, 2 weeks, maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town will be
Suit
dead.
yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark. Lonesome, long way home.
Ew.
Here we
Okay.
go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox, 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Okay. Let's do white morning.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore.
Alright, let's go get my gun back. Alrighty, Kim wants to talk. Good morning.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean, rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Are these the men Garte told us about
I completely
told
forgot.
about us yesterday?
Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
There's so many of them. Maybe we should call in reinforcements?
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Okay, let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
Not
I
yet.
know.
Let's get my gun and a couple other things first.
She's agitated.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, ma'am. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems?
Why did you
This-
need to use the phone
To
anyways?
let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
What's the expedition your husband on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Well, the water lock is down.
That was broken. Could this be it?
The water lock on the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over
Oh
there.
my. What happened to the water lock?
Really don't
Well,
know.
whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. Well, or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
So your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
Oh.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Tell me about morale. Looks, character, your relationship.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
How did you two meet?
By a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I think I'll have all the information I need. Let's move on.
I hope I've been useful.
That's all for now, ma'am. Okay.
Can I help you?
About my bill for
Got
the
the 20
night.
right.
Cost
Good.
yeah.
You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another thing. Great. I
saw a
love
sign
those.
I couldn't go in the kitchen. Why can't I go
What
in the
are
kitchen?
you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
But there's maybe something pertinent to the investigation in your kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Okay, so the phone line is dead?
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
That's pretty strange.
It's not strange, it's inconvenient.
Is it true that there was foul play?
Who told you that?
I never disclose my sources. That would be dishonorable.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the repair bill.
Alright.
Yeah?
Goodbye. Thank you. Oh, you. Let's talk.
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are?
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
Yes, extremely normal. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it.
You weren't a gardener.
You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help? That's Titus. Talk to him. But
it doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
Are you Lizzie, Elizabeth, Miss Beaufort?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands.
Hardy?
In her
Not
face.
yet. I had another question.
No. Talk to Titus.
What if I want to talk to you and not
What
Titus?
you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test.
What's your role
Like I
in all
already
this?
told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
What are you going to do to me?
What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Why are you so aggressive?
You make your living enforcing violence.
So you were spying on us, and now you
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
I don't know where you heard that was wrong. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans?
Look, a comedian. Do your job. Ask your questions.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
I don't want to talk to Titus right now. I just want to talk to her. Hey, that guy's not there anymore. Let's take care of some things. It is quite the team. Alright, let's go find that girl doing her paintings. Who's this? Okay. Let's do two guys. You guys want your metal ball back? I need you guys. You're still out here, little girl? That book appears to be erotica without actual erotica.
Yes?
Memorize the title, Lose 87 Radio City seems important. You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing
The
books.
ship takes off like a silvery mosquito, unfolding its rotor blade arms. She mumbles reading, then puts down the soft cover.
Ah, a good one.
Yes? Hello? Me?
Who are you?
No one. I'm just a working class woman.
If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
What are you doing?
Looking for something to read.
Phenomenal.
It is. I know
I'm a
you are.
policeman.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to say I'm a policeman, Kim. It was the only option they gave me. Do you need the
What
help
with?
of a policeman?
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
Maybe your
My
husband is
husband?
missing.
No, he's not.
So where could
I
he
don't
be?
know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Where is this going, officer?
So what I'm hearing is, right. So what I'm hearing is you don't really know where your
Yes,
husband
but
is.
I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Wouldn't you like to?
No.
Maybe you're right. Maybe he isn't
Of
missing.
course he's not. It's not like he's a pop.
It's got to be something else then. Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't?
Maybe your
No,
children are
absolutely
missing?
not.
Okay, so
Are you a
they?
policeman or a nanny?
I police whatever I want. No, nanny.
They are
Where are
not
they?
missing, sir.
You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance. No, they're at a disco, getting down. Stupid disco dancing teenagers.
They're at home, right? Smoking cigarettes?
That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Jap. They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now.
Maybe you're right. Maybe your cockatoo
I don't mean to
missing?
disrespect, sir.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get like this. It's better to indulge him at this point.
Man, I was asking you about your cockatoo. Is it
I
missing?
don't even have a cockatoo. And guess
Alright.
what?
What?
Even if I had, it wouldn't be missing.
Alright, cockatoo's not missing. I just want to
Great.
make sure. Just one more question. What did you mean by me being a cockatoo?
Nothing. Go read up.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Actually, that's what I'm going to do. No. You're being sarcastic. Let's move on to be talk
Please.
about something else.
Let's do.
Her hands
Sure.
move over the book. An array of neurons fire up with joy. Bum her
Ow.
a cigarette, lest it turn to pain.
Do you
No,
smoke?
I don't.
I know for a fact that
Why
you
do
smoke.
you think that I smoke?
In fact, I may possess supernatural. Your hands look like they belong
It's not
to
like
a
yours
smoker.
look much better.
Take a look at your
She's
hands.
right. Your hands look... These are the hands of someone who's smoked for at least 20 years, as evidenced by the discoloration of finger.
Okay, I don't
I
want a cigarette.
already told you, I don't have any.
Okay, thanks, no
She
problem. move on.
sighs.
Okay, this is all for
The woman with-
smoking? Frickin', I did all that to try and get a cigarette. I'm not gonna smoke.
Hello again, sir.
What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Okay, I get it. Crime murder gets the people going.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
She examines you as if to find something a policeman like. Huh. Well, what does a cop look like to
Didn't
you
mean
then?
to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little.
What's that mean?
You know, cut loose, raise
And
hell.
everything's better now, sir?
No.
Why is that?
You'll understand when you're
Oh,
older.
okay. I shouldn't have said that thing about Dick Mullen.
It's not your body that's
Head,
important, it's
yes.
the police work.
No, your mind. Not head, child. Heads.
A quicksilver mine. This Mullen guy looks like he needs 4 hours just to come up with a single
No,
idea.
he's wicked smart in the stories.
Sure, when the author does all the thinking for him, real policemen have to do that
Like you,
on
sir.
their own.
Of course. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Okay, I'm gonna do something right now.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
What do you mean, sir?
You can show them to me.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest.
It's okay.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your nails?
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
Yes.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
Want more? But I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
You're uptight because your mother and the pressure she's putting on you.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
I hope this
It was
entertained
okay,
you.
sir.
She's
There's
still
more
good.
that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
There was a masterclass move, kid. You think so? Fine, do better. Do something about me.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
And I'm having a grand
I sure
time.
hope you are, sir.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by There's something you're missing.
Ah, fudge, my suggestion sucks. You can stop calling me sir. I am but
No,
a working man.
sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though.
I get you. I, for example, can't stop making this face.
That's a
Bleh.
friendly enough face, most of the time.
What is
It's the type,
romance?
or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and
What
lady
about
business,
when
sir.
both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written really well?
Maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Sometimes you have to write about real life
Not
things.
in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
You think she'd be one? You think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup?
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination. Only it's really long and drawn out. Scarred for life. Phantom Limb.
No, I don't know.
Doesn't ring a bell? Alright, I'll ask her.
Yes, she knows books. Definitely.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain? Later, when you get the chance, you should address these issues by getting drunk. That'll show them.
That's enough for romance.
Maybe some
right
about
now.
other books?
Who is that?
Oh, that's Auntie Billy. She's nice if a bit distressed.
She's your aunt.
No, sir. She's a working woman who comes to look at the books a lot.
Why is
I
she
think
distressed?
she is a bad husband. Not very nice or helpful.
Okay, see you later. Now let's see if I can get any information from her now. She doesn't like her husband. Okay, I'll leave because I think we have any options. Let's go back inside. Because this lady is suspicious to me. The lady inside the bookstore. The lady inside the bookstore. Is suspicious. You.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I don't want to bring that up to her. I feel like that just make her punish. We'll bring it up to see what happens.
Hello again, esteemed officer. God, I've told her not to do that. It's disgusting. And I told you to mind your own business. Clearly, you have no idea how hard it is to raise a girl in this economy.
I don't think she can do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
Thank you, Kim. That's true. And obviously, the will, the mark, and but maybe make an exception for your daughter. What you're doing is wrong, you know. But maybe make an exception for your daughter.
Stiff and severe.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
Is this husband Annette's father?
Yes. My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
And your husband's also involved with the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Why not?
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
She told me she doesn't go to school anymore.
She's been too busy, helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Alright, I had something
The
else in
woman
mind.
looks aloof. Her features much softer.
What if I want to buy a
You
book?
were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel
She smiles.
I don't like this girl. Oh, you let her inside.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now.
Out of the rain and into the gutter.
What are you doing now?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Oh, I found something while you were away. I
What is
thought
it?
this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
A detective
Yes,
hat.
just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now. Before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
Alright, see you around, Annette. Okay, let's see if I can get anything going with suggestion. Oh, I got a sick hat. I want to wear it. Oh yeah, boy. Action speed rhetoric. Oh, keep my head going? Okay, anything help with suggestion or minus this? Maybe that. Okay, I've taken my shirt off. Let's see if suggestion
Hi,
works.
Ace Detective.
No, okay.
Are you here for more books?
Okay, I need to put some points into suggestion next chance I get. First things first, let's put a shirt back on. And let's see if I can go buy a map, because that honestly would help.
The maps look old and faded.
Want to buy
Your
the
eye
map?
catches a map of Insulinda.
No, I want to buy the
Always
map
good
in
to be
London.
informed of your surroundings.
This large map, Ozon, in the northeast, the ocean connection you have. Perhaps they are God. This bookstore is not strictly a... The worn map features that your finger moves through, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and...
Your finger finally...
For more detail...
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for letting me get this map. I could have stolen it, but you know what? I'm a good man.
The
I want you
curtain.
to have.
Nothing. Oh.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Man, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow...
The curtains do seem frail suddenly.
But I
Not
sense this
robust
place
enough to
calling for me.
contain
I must
simple
investigate
darkness.
beyond the threshold.
You do? My God. Even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
This is about the curse? That's
No,
why you're
it's
afraid?
just a storeroom for the employees. I told you.
Alright,
Now
think about it
please
for a
step away
while.
from the curtains.
I'll think about it for
Thank
a
you.
while.
Let's just talk about this first, all right?
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if...
Ignore the curtains for now. Lady, I'm gonna get you to let me in there.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome
Why are
to
you so
Crime,
upset about those
Romance,
curtains?
and biographies of famous people.
I just want to know what's on the other
I
side.
already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn book.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of. She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half.
Why are you still talking about the books? Are you trying to put a spell on me?
A spell? As if. This place doesn't need any spells or hoodoo mumbo jumbo. This place has wonderful energy. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
How does the curse manifest
The curse
itself?
is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Annette mentioned some previous times I
It's
had
not
some
just
financial
that,
troubles.
officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's
That's an
something wrong with
interesting
this building,
sentence.
I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering... I was unwanted here.
Why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
I just woke up. Is this?
I mean, I like it.
Now, void raves. You have new...
Yeah, void wraiths were interesting to me. Have you sought help
Yes,
from anyone?
I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the
The
curtain.
wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear, it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't think this curse is real. I just want you to let me in there. Would you like me? I'm gonna try and appeal to her. Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate to see if the curse
Most
is
certainly
real.
not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
Convince her to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. Do it!
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations
Are you sure?
before.
Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I've returned from the void. A paradetective from a long line of paradetectives.
You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. Hey now, hey. You need the booze to focus, alright? The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
I admit I've had my share of drinks, but it's only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. God, these freaking terrible words are hurting me.
know all this?
Here we go.
Your wards brought me here in the first place. The Simonese blood also runs through me. I'm the Void Revenant. I've had powers to debad all the bad energies. No, I'm gonna go. Your wards brought me here.
You're part Simonese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand of fate guides us.
This freaking woman's an idiot. Maybe that's why her stores are doing good.
I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Just ask my partner, Kim. He'll vouch for me.
Certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
A hand on my heart. On my honor.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity. For I have sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman. A witch, probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
The passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes. That chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity, and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to...
What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Okay, but please, only a few questions.
Okay,
The
never
woman
mind. Leave. Okay. It says games on it, right? I wanna buy
A
some
small
games.
mountain of colorful board game boxes.
Never
There
mind,
are
they're
numerous types
super
of...
expensive. Holy crap.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover.
Wow,
Mountains
more
of it.
Heimdall. Okay.
Heroic quantities
Paint the
of
show, let's go
Hyundai.
for it.
Nothing of interest.
Fight.
Mountains of it. Heroic.
Alright, let's get my gun and come back to investigate the curse. It's time to investigate the curse. I do love my new hat too, I'm not gonna lie.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Okay, let's go find Sydney, because I'm pretty sure she's the one who has my gun, right? Give me my gun back. I know you have it, you weird lady. I'm probably gonna end up having to pay you money or do some punchy punch things. I don't wanna hit you. I wanna go for a more peaceful run this game, I'm telling you. But I need my gun for the honor of my badge. How's it going, old lady?
Give me a moment.
Okay then. This isn't where I need to be. The question is, how do I get upstairs to where that was? I can't remember. I haven't played this game in a long time. Ah, here it is. Don't be afraid to say weird things. People are more forgiving to persons of power, like police officers. Them caps. Caps. You. I think you have my gun.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire...
She does have...
Shoot, Piggy.
Nope, they don't have my gun. I thought Sydney would be the one that has my gun, but I guess not. I have to go back to that guy and talk to him to figure out where my gun is at. Because I thought it was him, but I guess it's not. Or maybe I have it in my notes. I also thought you might be the lady hiding in the furnace. Okay, let's go back to talking to gun store guy. Figure out maybe who had it. If not, then I'll just have to become a really good hand-to-hand combat guy, you know, with my dexterity and extremely weak body. Really dexterous. Don't have any physical strength at all. And I'm really, like, emotionally unstable as well. But really smart, really dexterous, not very strong, really just emotionally gone. That's why my suggestion is so bad, apparently. I'm not good at talking to people, but I am good at lying. Well, we're gonna go investigate the back room now. I would say I didn't expect a supernatural turn in this game, but that's totally wrong because one of the first voices you're introduced to is the ancient reptilian brain. So... it's time for me to go.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking... You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Sebanese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
Freaking... Ghostly silhouettes of hairdressers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at the unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of only echo. No one is there. A hollowed-out, dark echo. After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Open the door and enter.
What is this place?
Looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do.
Alright. I do agree with the flashlight. Thingy. Where is the flashlight? There it is. Sand is dripping from the punching bag. Smells like leather and sweat. Hey, shot put ball. Can I give it to those guys? Plus just says Sidious Fortis. The rest is worn. Aw.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color, it's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Look, Kidman, it's a trap. There are no collars
You're
on
right.
the barbell.
The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? No, actually I don't care. No, do.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Worn out wall bars, they look unsafe. Ooh, creepy. This hallway is blocked by old windows and debris. Looks like there remains the 24th window repair shop. Oh, great. Animal stuff. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Now mannequins. Nope, hold on. Airship road is covered in spider webs. This is rather unsettling as a naked mannequin torso is strange low color. You know, this wouldn't be half as unsettling as it is if they didn't add this in this music. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth. Has quite the amount of money, I'll tell you what. Steel rubber blades, strip sheen logo. Skis with the slip sheen printing. Is this Emma's atelier? But where are the clothes it's used to display?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic. translucent Welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether Welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. You should adopt one of those Welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin. One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the Welkin.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
I'll say version of
An
that
inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on
Some
this?
people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
I get it. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many
This looks
questions.
like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on
Just look
from
at
the
those
Welkins.
details. So much effort.
Yeah.
The
Look at
photo
photos.
collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. And you see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat-death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Sounds like someone, a DM, playing
This
a game
is a
of D&D.
monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid. It looks a bit like an academic calendar. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago.
Keep reading.
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only fail.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details." The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." The full text reads, "Heat death of the universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s.
I think it's just someone planning a game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes?
I don't want to talk to Kim. Hold on. Get me out of here.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
How do I know Cajun
History
Mosaic tiles?
classes,
Oh my God.
students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
How do I know what Cajun Mosaic tiles are supposed to look like? What am I looking at?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying
I already
radio
asked that. What am I
frequencies,
doing?
it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Cool.
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
Of course, the anatomy of the curse.
Perhaps. The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
If it's a game, then
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in's, a list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad,
just a massive
Samara, and even
online
Imara.
D&D thing.
There's no way a little basement studio working here.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The cost of airwidth alone must have been
Exactly.
huge.
This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone.
So we're crossing up developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Oh, I did not want to go in that. I didn't know it would lead somewhere. I thought it would start talking to me. I can level up one thing. Let's level up suggestion. Oh, what was the other one? Pain threshold? Nah, let's do suggestion. I have the new shop level. Okay, now we go back.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
What he means is that these things cost money. This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe.
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. That it's empty like a beehive without its brood.
This is where the memory should go.
Nothing happens. Something's missing. There's no tape in the player. Nothing happens. Something's missing. Nothing happens.
Leave. Okay, we need to find something to put in here. Oh, there's an open brick up there.
The whole thing resembles.
Nah.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like undercover counterintel. No, I think it's just a failed business. The only question is, the hell were they making?
Yes.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games.
Yeah,
Only
that's what I
these
was
people
thinking.
were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
And this was a role-play.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be...
What do you think happened to the
No
company?
idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
How are they planning to
Through
do
call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little... Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
This world is cold and lonely. This. Do we have any money? Let's give them money so we can. No. Let's finish.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay,
So
let's
Kim's
keep
a
moving.
bit of a D&D guy, eh? That's pretty awesome. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. That's kind of weird. Floorboard crates. La Delta 51. Okay, it's just a postcard.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded. This must be where the entity lives.
Okay, we're gonna go down to the other door then, before we go to this one. The entity. That makes me so happy that Kim's a bit of a D&D guy. Just having a good old time. And a Coke. That's a hell of a bear statue, tell you what.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. A lush layer of coal now covers yours. Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cake.
What is this thing?
Looks like it.
Is it a furnace?
Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. The echo is so prominent.
Oh.
It's impossible to discern.
What are you doing?
I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking
Wait,
upstairs.
really? Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs.
Those voices I heard. Maybe it's the...
You're right.
This is so
The rooms
funny.
do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least...
Always has to be the skeptic, this man.
I don't want them to let them know that we're coming. Okay, let's check out this bear fridge.
You
is all
see
about.
a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its bed. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
Looks
The
like a giant
lieutenant
ice bear.
doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from it. A gust of
Cracking the
freezing cold
door.
air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
He's in the holster? Relax, kid, it's a fridge.
Just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream.
Hello.
Is huge.
I'm good. How about you? How's work? Take the
You
note.
pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Yeah, that's good.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy
Not
cellophane
gonna lie, I'm
wrapper.
having a really good
It looks
time with this
nothing like the
quest.
fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
So it's recent.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this hypercar.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electric.
So, as we could assume, people are still living here. Frozen ice cream maker that is still running. People are making ice cream here, huh?
Two
The
cables are
entity.
plugged into the breaker box.
I'm not gonna unplug anything yet, because I feel like that'll make people angry. I found a shirt! Drama. I'm okay with wearing this shirt that gives me pluses and drama. It's definitely an odd shirt, and people will think I'm weird for wearing it, but you know, who cares? Also, let's read this.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
I'm the definition of that one. Oh, what? You just got him though. That sucks.
This is tangential.
Are you
at
guys gonna have
best,
to pay a
but
higher
the
rent?
lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio. So you'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
My character is the definition of when you want your character to look good, but you have to wear the armor with the best stats.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker.
I can't
Please
remember
take
if
it
she was
home,
ginger or not.
ASAP.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe it's because of the entity.
That's implausible.
Like how we think so serious. What's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Who's the illiterate ginger
Really?
kid?
You don't have a single guess?
Oh, Kuno!
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on the filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream cake
I don't
could be?
know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker
Yeah,
box?
that's what I thought. Intercom wires running from the breaker box. I don't want to pull the the cords.
This orange machine is buzzing like
Try to
You
crack
slip
them
your
open.
fingers under the frozen lid. No, this is going to need something. If you want to try again, then you...
Equip the pry bar by going to the tool.
Turning the crank feels oddly
Okay, so equip the cry bar then. Cry bar.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has
not
a
strong enough, better
hand-cranked
grip
ice
with
cream churner
gloves.
on top.
I have a
and
3%
an electric.
chance. I'm not doing it since I only have a 3% chance. I'm not strong physically anyways, let alone even stuff like this. Oh, there's a whole room over here. 2 rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Well, I want them. Someone that stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. Can I get them? I want them.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark.
Seems like an old bunker from the Revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want...
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs, rummaging around.
Rifles, Kim.
Good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest.
That's a rare sight.
I have a rifle.
Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What does this
It
mean?
means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
Let's look. I can use it to threaten people, and they won't know that it's broken if they don't have a trained eye. I don't want to unplug any of the ice cream stuff because I'll make people...
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Okay.
A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Okay.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Hey, I have a 58% chance now.
Something
Let's go.
breaks loose in you. A mighty...
I summoned the ghost of the... Oh no. Hello, are you there? Speak to me.
Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the 2nd floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs.
After you, officer.
Alright. I had a key for it, but now I guess they know I'm coming, so I won't be as hostile. See? Sometimes you gotta just use your brain a bit, and if they know I'm coming, they won't be like, why are you here? Right, Ash? Exactly. Alright, let's go to the safety curtain now. This tray is full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice. Yes! D20! And D10s, and D12s, and D8s, and D4s.
Hello. I'm
Novelty
Nia.
dice maker.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on, what do you mean by Milius?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages.
but some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have confused me with someone else. I haven't knocked on your
Then
window.
how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you
I'm a
asking me
novelty
about
dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Maybe. I'm not really sure. No, it doesn't. I was looking for something else. Answer.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How did you become
How
a dice
did I
maker?
become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games
Not
yourself?
especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
What do you know about the man that was lynched behind the whirling rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his note.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately,
Yeah, I'm
I've
pretty
been
sure I'm
seeing a
gonna
lot of
do
drunk
that
work
as soon as I
silently
finish
about.
my
Mostly because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look out of the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
This person values focus above all. She keeps her sharp sight on the instruments before her.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see. Thank you for your answer.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that all people call it the doomed commercial
I've
area?
heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
How do you... Okay, place and... something. She's convinced this place is swarming with malicious
Plaisance, the
energies.
bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to explore her own daughter to keep the
Oh,
company
right.
going.
But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
No, the wiring isn't doing too well either. The waitress just took off, and the customers have trouble
And
paying
then
bills.
there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Placence thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
I'm starting to see that there's no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane, but I'm glad we got this sorted.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Do you know what's happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is
More or
gone.
less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad. It's not about the haircut. It's about the confidence.
I never thought I knew. Okay, I guess man, I don't really have any opinions on hairstyles.
Me neither. I just want it off my face.
What happens to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemiteps Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who was Artemet?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
He's a little... Indeed. He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to
Oh
defile dead
yes,
bodies.
you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
How did the community project work out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
You should have known it. It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milieu. Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool, very cool about the debris, but what's a snuff?
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
What?
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world. What does she mean to get off on it?
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs exactly?
Oh, what's it?
Anything else?
I found creepy
There
mannequins.
used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
I didn't know insects had rights.
Yeah, the Attila didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I'm glad someone took care of the little guys.
Really?
Yes.
Anyway,
What's with
they
the
were
rotor
made
blades
by a
and the
company
skis?
called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
It's illegal
Sure,
to run off
it's
the money like
illegal,
that.
but it's not
Has he been
exactly anything
arrested?
extraordinary in business. Besides, Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no...
They were just the props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would
I
take
found
too long.
a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite
Yes,
impressive.
but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked
Not
great.
the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Anything else?
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Alright, what were the other
There
ideas?
was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Fritta does the same thing.
I know a girl just like that.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. And they already had the bear.
What about the bear?
The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse,
Kim
the
got his
fridge
gun
didn't
out.
work too well either. And eventually, Ravachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
I'm sure the bear was doing its
Maybe.
best.
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherian.
Sounds cool.
What's a vision
It's
beast?
an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved.
I don't.
Very good. Anyway, now you know the story of the...
Little sparkling.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps?
I found the building's
I've been
intercom,
here
but
for
it's not
long.
looking.
Oh,
working.
right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
So you're telling me the doorbell with the empty name card was yours?
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It does. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time.
If the Whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Doom commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
I saw a name, East Delta Pinball on the doorbell.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an A. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
It can't be true. They don't work here. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore. Tricentennial Elect. It used to be a major electric company once.
It was too real to be just a prank. Whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
No, it was something else. Something eerie.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just...
I have a few more questions
sure,
about the building.
I'm listening.
Actually, I have another
Good.
question.
I hope it clarified things a bit. What?
I'm going to leave. Okay. Thank you, lady. Time to go back to Plaisance. It's just a nice lady doing her business.
Looks like someone tried to reconcile. Look, the skis and rotorblades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It's reality.
Production schedule. Huh. Oh, filaments. Hold on. Can I put that in here? Let's do it.
Tied
Insert
like
the
a
production
smooth
schedule.
draw, the filament slides into place.
Press
A
play.
bar of fabric, the static gets louder.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What is the
The
production
filament
schedule?
you have inserted into the reader. Yes.
Anything in the glowing thing on the
Is
side?
that the production schedule?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
I don't know the password.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
I don't know the password.
Received.
Don't worry. Passwords.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Good. Please repeat the password.
A password, I'm really big. Can you give me a
No.
hint?
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeated.
It's my birthday?
Still no.
This is the police plea.
I am contractually obliged to protect the pre.
I'm afraid we are not doing that.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
Don't worry.
Fortress accident. Fortress accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information? on this
One
people?
moment. Fortress accident SCA produce.
That's not bad.
What was this?
Any other questions?
What are you? that's all for now.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. The speaker.
Good morning. Please repeat.
I pressed the wrong one. That's all for now.
Tiles on the cube. Nothing happens.
Leave. Where is the password?
Your flash. Some of the writing has faded with.
Has to be something I missed. Oh, are you okay? You seem pretty sick, man.
The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic.
Do you know where I could find the password? Do you know if it's possible to even find the password? What about you, lady? Do you know the password?
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Start taking off my clothes.
Excuse me.
Officer.
Trying to lower my body temperature.
Why would you do that?
It's part of the special technique I have.
And what technique is that?
Miss, I apologize for my colleague's behavior.
Officer, this isn't how mature adults deal with their feelings.
Okay.
The air pressure told you to take your pants off in my...
This is not going very well.
Yes, exactly.
Can you please employ this special technique somewhere else? I work here and...
Okay, I'd like to order dice from you.
Tell me what you have. Yes. Fortress accident. The Wirrow untethered.
Ice. Death.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jaw.
What's the
It's
standard
a
roll for
narcotic.
dice?
Loving it. So nifty.
Why do you need to cast
Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something.
It's a
Great.
deal.
See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
Leave. Okay, it seems like getting naked for no reason was not the answer to my problems. I was just trying whatever.
Tiles on the cube. The filament slides out.
Okay, well I have this. I just need to figure out the password at some point somehow. Alright, let's go downstairs and inform this lady of the kind of creepy lady that's making dice up here. I like her, but she's unnerving. I like her, but there's something about her. I do like her though. Unlike this friggin' bookstore lady, man. Nope. Okay.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
42%. No, we'll wait a little bit longer before we try it.
You're alive and well.
Yes, pause dramatically.
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from the
I knew it. But what else did you find? Did anything survive?
I talked to the entity you told me about.
Of course not. Have you located the entity?
Her name is Nea, and she's a novelty dice maker.
Dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery?
She's not a sorceress.
Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's a businesswoman, like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her...
The narrative she's built herself. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. Just don't say you don't have To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Honestly, I don't have an answer yet. There still needs to be followed. Honestly, there's no curse because there are too many inconsistencies.
Good luck persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
This has been running for a long time
Yes,
now.
because her business consists of... I see that you've fallen. Thank you for nothing.
There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Yeah, I'm sorry we had to disappoint you, whatever. Kim said, I'm tired.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here?
You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How? You must have forgotten something you heard again.
What is it? Suggestion. Why can't I level up suggestion? Ash. I don't know. Oh, it is. I see. Okay. I see what cap is. No. Okay. The question is, do I do drama? No, my drama's high enough. Do I do logic, encyclopedia, Savior Flair, or Savior Flair? Logic, encyclopedia, or Savior Flair? You can do that? Oh, I accidentally. Like the big thoughts? Well, what do those even do? How do I buy more slots? Where? Oh, and press unlock. Oh. Confirm. And now when I finish one of my thoughts, it'll be free for that one. Does it just take longer? Oh. Well, now I'm thinking about advanced race theory and the white morning. What do these do, though? The time comes up. Okay, well, I'm gonna get rid of my flashlight because I don't want to run them into someone's face and I'll be like, "Hi, you wanna know something?" and just shine my flashlight in their eyes. And I'm also going to bed. I'll see you later, Ash. Good night.